If a man brings nothing to the table but great sex and attractiveness, what does that make him?
Scrub.
And if a woman brings nothing to the table but great sex and great looks, is she the same scrub?
Well, it all depends.
If a man takes somebody's life, what does that make him?
A murderer.
If a woman takes somebody's life, what does that make him? Her.
A murderer.
Let's go a little bit deeper, right? If a man is 500 pounds, what is he?
Obese.
No, I'm not asking you.
Okay.
We're talking here. If a man is 500 pounds, what is he?
He's overweight.
And if a woman is 500 pounds, what is he?
She's overweight.
If a woman eats a vagina, what is she?
Disgusting. That makes her a dyke.
And if a man sucks a penis, what is he?
He's gay, homo.
And is the woman the same thing?
Yeah.
So let's go back to the top, because we got to do this. I got to walk y'all through this, right? So if a man offers nothing but great sex and attractiveness, he's a what again?
He's a scrub.
And if a woman offers the exact same thing, then what is she?
She's trying to figure it out, see?
Wow.
Forever and beyond. Of eternity. A bond forever and beyond.
All right. Hey, this is going to be something interesting. Make sure you share. If you enjoy, please subscribe. Just remember, tomorrow, the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour is coming to you with Family Game Day. So, hey, you ain't going to know what the game is until you tune in. So make sure you got that notification on. Also, remember, we have exactly 4 days for the deadline for the Powerful Poet Contest. Make sure you get your videos over to Spicy Gray or Dwight Robinson so we can get the videos in and submitted to the judges. Hey, time is clicking. Let's go. Also, make sure that you tune in next week also to the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour as they speak on the rejected apology. When the father is blamed for something he didn't do, and the women want to apologize letter, should he accept or he shouldn't? Let's find out. Grown Men Talking will come on to you next Friday with Broken Pieces. If you want to know details on that, tune in live. Over to you, Dwight.
Hey, y'all, what's up? It's me, your boy Dwight. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm the Sandman got my ass, but anyway, we here. This should be a very interesting topic. After seeing that video, I'm like, oh damn, that's the one I sent. God dang. But anyway, we're gonna talk about that. So the grown man gonna have some ladies from the view join us. So this is gonna be very interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and start inviting folks in. So let me go ahead and get the CEO of the company, Spicy. Come on in, Spicy. Come on in. Don't be, there you go. Don't be shy. Come on in. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, how you doing there, Spicy?
I'm exhausted. Where I was almost late, for real. I didn't know I was that tired.
Hey, it's just that I guess because it's Friday, everybody's got that little tiredness and from being, I guess, up late at night, early in the morning, taking care of things. So it happens. It
It's
happens.
been a busy week. It's been a busy
Yeah,
week.
it's been a very busy week for me as well, and so. But anyway, this is gonna be fun to talk about. So, Spice, I'm gonna go ahead and start bringing in the rest of the cast.
All right.
So let's have Dez. Dez in the house. Come on in, Dez. Come on in, brother.
Hey, how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing?
Hey, how you doing there, brother?
Oh man, it's Friday. There's a
Yeah,
lot
it
of
is.
driving this week, but this topic then gave me a little energy.
Well, I hope so, brother, because it's gonna be something else. I can't wait to hear what everybody have to say. So this should be kind of fun. So let's bring in the next lady. Let's bring in Keisha to the show. Come on in, Keisha. There she is. How you
Hey
doing?
everybody. Happy Friday. It's Friday.
Yeah, it is. Friday, Friday, Friday. Well, now, and we have one more person that we're gonna bring on the show, King D. Come on in the house, King D.
What's up,
We
y'all?
Hey, King D, what's up? Boy, everybody look tired on this show. Y'all wake up.
It's been a long
Man,
week.
look, you said it. This is a long.
Hey, I thought it was just me. I'm like, damn, I ain't gonna lie, I was trying to get a nap in, but hey, it is what it is, but we here, we here. So we here to talk about this and I'm gonna go with my girl Spicy about this video we just saw. Spicy, what you got to say about this video we just saw and give us your thought on that video.
Well, when it comes down to stereotype, I always wonder why is it that the man is one way, they consider it one label, the ladies considered another. Because it's like if he sleep around, he's a player, but if she sleep around, she's a hoe. In my book, you both hoes.
Well, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, men can be hoes too. I mean, but I guess I guess society got us thinking that it's okay for the men to do it because we're men, and when the woman does it, they get labeled. So it is what it is. So Dez, I mean, what did you say about that video? How you feel about that video we just saw?
I think that that young lady, she was in denial.
Yeah.
She was in denial. She's confused because there's no other way to put it. There was a very cut and dry example. And
Yeah.
there's no way that she was not able to change her answer after giving all the examples. So she's confused.
Hmm.
But and Spicy used the same example that I was going to use. If a man, they say we players if we sleep around, but in
Play a play.
actuality,
Yeah.
we still a hoe. You're still a hoe.
Yeah.
You just a male whore. That's all.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, fair is fair. So yeah, I agree with you, my brother. I definitely agree. Keisha, what's your take on that video we just witnessed, and how you respond to that?
Well, we do tend to stereotype, probably without not even being aware that we're doing it, but we do it. Um, some things that are allowed for women are not allowed for men, and vice versa. And
Mhm.
society as a whole see it like that. So yeah, we do it. We do it unintentional, but we do it.
Well, shut the door. King D, what's your take on that video?
I agree with Keisha. Keisha, yeah, we do
Yeah,
think that we always stereotype and double standard.
right,
You know, when it comes down to when it comes down to men versus women or whatever,
right.
it's always a battle when it comes to
You
that.
ain't lying. And I agree with y'all. It's okay. It's like if y'all agree with me or not, but it's say for instance a woman can be working at say Burger King, right? And a man can come in there, a man that's making 6 figures, 7 figures, can come in there and see this lady working in there and say, I really like her, she's cute, I don't care, she's working, and I want to get to know her. And he actually date the woman, even make the woman his wife, unless but when it comes to a man, same thing when it comes to a woman. She could be making six figures or more, and like, I don't want nobody. He's beneath me. I make money. I need somebody that's on that same level. Now, do y'all agree that some women do that? Because it's easy. Because I had stirred about some men that actually go in there and they can marry one regardless if she's broke, don't have a job, or she doesn't have a high paying job. They would make that woman their wife compared to a woman that would want to marry a man that's in that same situation. How do you feel about that, Spicy? Do you feel the same? It's different when it comes to that?
Me personally, it shouldn't be a difference because if you are in a relationship or even getting married, it shouldn't be about the money. It should be really about the love for one another. But see, anytime, the woman does that, you have to look, sometimes they have been programmed to feel like, okay, the man supposed to make the most money. He's supposed to provide.
Right.
So she ended up getting this mindset that, okay, if I'm making more money than he did, then no, he got to go. He's a bum, he's broke, but
Mhm.
with a man, he'll step up to that plate and say, hey, I make the most money, but
Mhm.
even if you make the most money, it doesn't matter because we are one.
Okay. Now, Spicy, with that being said, before I get the rest of them, say for instance, okay, Spicy, you making all this money, and your husband is making just minimum wage. Will he still be able to be in charge of the household, and you would still see him as the head of the household, even though you make more money than him? You would still give him that same respect as a guy that making more, the same or even more money than you.
To me, the way I came up, the man is supposed to be the head, the woman is the tail. So regardless who's making more money, he's still the head of the household, no matter what.
Okay, that's what's up. Keisha, how about you? Could you accept, a man that make less money than you, and you still let this man? You wouldn't, because I'm not saying all women. So some women will throw it in your face. But I make more money than you. It paid to be the boss. Would a man still have, how would you feel about that? Because some women will say that to a man. So how would you feel about that if the man made less money?
The amount of money that he makes doesn't matter because we're gonna put the money all in one account and it's all gonna go for the house anyway.
Mm,
Because just because he makes, more money, you could have went to college, maybe he didn't. So it's a couple of reasons why you could be making more money. But when you got with that man, you stood and did your vows and you didn't say because I make more money he's going to be beneath me. my
yeah.
my husband will never be beneath me regardless of what his status is. He'll never be beneath me.
Well, okay. Okay. Now, the days, I'm not, because one reason I'm saying this, because, I had a friend that was in a situation like that. The days, how would you feel if you was married to a woman? Say y'all got into a certain heated discussion, and she just busts out and said, "Look, I make more money than you, so what I say goes." I mean,
Well, I've been on both sides of that coin. I've been in a relationship to where I was the breadwinner, and I've been in a relationship to where I was not the breadwinner.
right, right,
But it did not change my status within the household. I was still allowed to run the house to the best of my abilities.
right, and
So,
that's what. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Des.
but we still have, I mean, we in both situations. I'm a firm believer, though, technically to me, the way
Mhm.
I was raised, the man takes care of everything on the outside of the house, and the woman controls
Right.
what goes on the inside of the house.
Hey, I'm with you
When
on
it's
that
all
because
said, yeah, regardless of who's making what amount of money, the woman still runs what goes on in that house. At
exactly.
that,
Yeah.
everything goes through her. So I mean, but that's just how I was raised, and what the examples that I saw.
Yeah, I agree with you because before I get to King D, when I was me and my friend when he was with a woman, and I don't know how I get. Sometimes I guess I just unlucky. I get them. I be with some of my friends. They just get into an argument with their girlfriend, a wife, and he was I think he was doing something inside the house, and she didn't like it. She wanted somebody to come repair it. They got into an argument. She said, "Well, look, I'm the boss. I pay the bill. I'm the one that making the most money." So she was. kind of throw that in his face. You
Mm.
know, and I don't know if she was attacking his manhood because she was putting out the dollar signs out there. And fortunately, you know, I guess after 3 years, but they just got divorced because she kept, you know, he said, I didn't do her like that. And when I got with her, she wasn't making any money. I didn't throw that in her face, and I didn't throw a lot of things in her face, but she was blessed to go to school. I put her through school. She got a high paying job. And once she got there, then she just and I heard from myself, she just started downplaying the brother. King D, how do you feel about that? About what we just the spice and all us got to saying about if you was with a woman in the household, uh, do you believe that she should respect you to be the man, regardless if she is making more money?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that she she needs to be respectful. You know, I'm not saying that she got to bow down or nothing like that, but
Right.
I think that it's still a respect level because he is the man, like Keisha said, he's the leader, regardless of how much money he makes. You know, and but that goes all the way back to what Dad said. I was raised in a household where my stepdad, he kept a little bit of money to himself, and he gave my mama the rest of it. Like, hey, handle this, you know. And
Right.
Mhm.
that's just what he did. He was a hardworking man. He worked 2 and 3 jobs, for literally our whole childhood, and he would just
Right.
cash his checks or get his direct deposit. He'll transfer it right over to her.
Yeah.
He'll keep, because he smokes cigarettes and stuff. He'll keep what he needs, but
Right.
he gave my mama everything else, and they worked it out just like that.
Yeah.
They do,
Yeah. Yeah.
until they
Yeah.
decide to separate.
Yeah. That's that, and I agree.
I can't say I would do that because I can't say, but I pay my bills and take care of my kids. I
Yeah.
can't speak for
Hey.
everybody.
Hey.
But
I'm speaking
see,
on.
one thing I could say, Dwight, is the thing is like these type of people that have this mindset on who makes the more money
Right.
got the wrong concept about relationship or marriage because just like I've spoken on one meeting that I had, you can have this the man can provide you every riches in the world, but
Mm-hmm.
you'll still be broke. But
Yeah.
you could have the man that doesn't make that much money or is broken and you feel rich. So,
Yeah.
that's the reason why some relationships don't work either because when your mindset is more on the money than the heart, then you setting things up for failure.
Now, see, Spicer, you said I'm glad you brought that. I'm going to ask you this question, Spicer. Could you deal? Now, you know how they have stay home. Okay, I hear myself. Is that a phone call?
No, that was my phone. I turned it off.
Oh, okay. Dang. Spicy, could you deal with a man being, a stay-at-home husband? Could you deal with that? You went out and you was the breadwinner, and he stayed home, took care of the kids, took care of the household while you was out there making the money. Could you deal with that?
Honestly, I could because I'm still not seeing him 24 hours a day, so we get to breathe anyway. But when it comes down to it, it's hold on, okay, it's
We got
really
a we got an echo into something.
yeah. But being a stay-home dad to stay-home mom, because you never know who could have a disability, you
Right.
know, and they don't have a choice. That's why you can't be quick to judge a person only because he's a man and he's at home. Doesn't mean that he's sorry or he lazy or you
That part.
know,
Yeah.
you
That.
know, he
Yeah.
just trying to make her work. There's situations that evolve around that, but long as he's helping out within the household, I don't have a problem with that. Sometimes women do have to step up and
Hmm.
be the sole provider, but still in that, he's a man. He's the man of the house.
Well, dance, Spicy. I like the way you said that. I like that. The dance, brother dance. Could you be that part? Could you be that man, for instance, that stay home and raise the kids and take care of the household while your wife was making the money out there?
A part of me would I would have to do something. I would have to do something. But if
Right.
it came down to it and that was the position that I had to hold down,
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely do that, and I would do it I would treat it just as if and work as just as hard as if I was going to work a 9 to 5 every day because I
Right.
know for a fact that raising children is a full-time job.
Hell yeah.
It just don't have some of the monetary benefits, but it is a full-time job. So I mean, I would look at it as in that perspective of, hey, well, I can't go outside and make no money. Well, I'm gonna stay here in the house. I'm gonna make sure this house is straight. I'm gonna make sure the kids are straight. If they of that age to where they have to be, taken care of like that. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I wouldn't have an issue with doing that. But just me personally, a part of me would start getting ate up on the inside because
Right.
like I've done that before, trying to, not being a provider. And
Right.
I know the side effects of how that can tear down a home.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah. I agree with you because I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't have a problem with it either, because like you said, there's taking care of children. Housework is very hard. I mean, it's one of the hardest job, and I applaud anybody that does that because it is a hard job. I hear music in the background, so y'all, we'll be back on this topic. And if y'all like to make a phone call or call us and ask questions, hey, we welcome this. We'll be back in two, maybe one.
The man, I'm in a relationship. Women are known to take care of the house, but in reality, if you've been in relationships, I'm pretty sure you guys have. As a man, I'm in a relationship, and my woman doesn't do all the cleaning. I do the laundry, I cook, I do all that shit. So just because women are known to do that, it's just like, well, I don't have to always cook and clean. I'm gonna say this because in my experience, my woman, she may say that, but she know deep down she ain't fucking cooking and cleaning every day.
Right.
You get what
But
I'm
there
saying?
are a
I'm doing that
lot
shit
of
too.
people
But
that
women
expect
are
that.
very vocal on. They don't mention what a man do because it's only if he's not providing, he's not doing shit. Men are doing fixing shit, repairing shit in the house, paying bills and other shit too.
But I guess
So
here's my thing.
women are known to take care of the house, but
All right, all right. As y'all know, the days are counting down. We got 4 days before you can enter into the contest. After the 15th, no videos will be accepted. So midnight, April 15 is the deadline. As you see, we have the different categories. It's for the women and for the adults and the children's. The adults have 4 categories, and the children has 2. So make sure you get those videos over to myself, Spicy Gray, or Dwight Robinson, so that we can send them over to the judges. Please do not wait to the last minute. We have to be considerate of the judges so they can go over each video again and again to make sure they choose the right category for the right poet. And also make sure you tune in next week, next Friday, to Grown Man Talking Incorporated, so that you can. I got my words twisted up because I'm trying to move that comment. But y'all tune in to Broken Promises. What causes a person to lose interest within a relationship? Let's hear what the guys have to say. Now over to you, Dwight.
You don't want to hear what I got to say. But anyway, um, just like that video we was just watching, we was talking about. I didn't know that video was even in there. Yeah, man. I did housework, did a laundry, cook, and everything. So I don't see nothing wrong with that. Keisha, I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked Spice. Could you deal with a man just staying home while you was out there making the money and he staying home taking care of the kids and everything? Nora.
Oh, Keisha got kicked out.
Oh, Keisha got kicked out. We got Nora. Nora, what are you? Hey Nora, can she hear us? Like she trying to get out the sunroof. Who you running from? What's she? Is she backing up? What's she doing?
she trying to
Well,
park.
girl, don't hit nothing while you trying to park that car.
She's short.
I don't know what you're doing. Oh Lord Jesus. Oh, let her park the car right. Well, why is she getting her? while she's getting herself together, help my train of thought. Um, can you hear us, Nora? Can you? Is she talking? I guess. Oh no. Okay. I
Okay,
don't
so I
think
think
she.
she's trying to get everything
She's trying
settled.
to set up. So let's move on to that. Now, Spicy, I want to ask this question, Spicy. Since Nora, Keisha get back. What is it about women? Okay, like men, we don't care if we like a woman. We can care less. Not, I mean, I can speak for myself. We can care less if the woman's short or the same height or taller. We don't really care. So my thing is, why do some women have the problem of some men being short that they can't date him for some reason, even though he's a good man, they looking for a good man. But since he ain't 6 feet or over, they don't want to talk to him.
All right, I'm back.
Are you really trying to put me on the spot like that? Are you really
Yeah,
trying to
I'm
do that?
gonna get you
No,
on
well,
the
my preference is you really trying to put me on the spot.
hey, just like that guy said about the different sizes, call the man fat and the woman thick. So yeah, I'm gonna go there. Yeah. So yeah, go ahead. I want to hear this.
Well, me personally, it's just a preference. I just
Mm.
don't feel comfortable with a man being right here or down there. So it's
Wait
like,
a minute. What was that again? Down there?
Short boy.
I
thank you,
can't say it.
Keisha. Thank you.
She don't want to see eye to eye. She want to look up.
Listen,
Nothing
the right.
wrong with looking up. Nothing wrong with looking eye to eye.
Thank
Listen,
you.
the
Thank
right.
you.
The reason why Spicy don't
Oh,
like
yeah, here you go. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, King.
Go
I want to hear
ahead.
this. Go ahead,
the reason
King.
why Spicy. Well, I'm gonna say women. Period. The women that think like that, they want to
Mm-hmm.
look up at their man because they want to look submissive. They want somebody to tower over them, and they want to be like, oh, that's my man.
Uh-oh.
Like, they want to be submissive. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
that's
okay,
why.
King.
That's
Yeah.
why. That's why. Am I lying, Spicy?
I don't think that was an accurate
I,
description, brother D.
Spicy, go on and agree.
What you mean that
Go on
wasn't
and
accurate?
agree.
It is. That's exactly
Admit
why.
it.
Oh, damn.
it,
Is that true,
it's
Spicy?
no, I'm gonna say it probably has to do with the comfort, security, but we got a phone call coming in.
Okay, let's get the phone call.
Perfect timing, huh?
Saved by the ring.
Yes.
Right.
And
Caller, was this
after the
grown man?
conversation,
Okay, caller, you
yes,
there?
yes,
You there?
I'm here. I'm here.
Let's go
Okay,
there,
I think it's
right?
choppy, so I'm
Can
gonna
you
put
hear
him on.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm gonna put you on speaker. They won't be able to, you won't be able to hear what they got to say, but they'll be able to hear you. So I'm gonna put you on speaker. We still have a situation with the board.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I have something to say. Yes. Okay. First of all, I hated going to work all the time and being the one at home. Let me start there. I had complained about it. I said I didn't want to do it, but there was no changes. Second of all, yes, I am that type of person that like a man to be taller than me. And yes, King D, you are right. To see a man that's taller than me, I feel protected, and I just love looking up at a man.
It's like a
That's
security thing, ain't it?
Huh?
It's like a
I
security
told I
thing.
told you, Des, that was the
It
reason why.
is.
Why you told me
It
that accurate?
is. It is. I think a man that's tall is
I
sexy.
apologize.
Short man, not so much. Not so much. I can't see myself looking down. And so I'm 5'4". What it look like me looking down at a man? Look at that.
But you know
Tell
what? They
me.
have some women, some men that do date tall women, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Dwight ask that question because I don't understand it.
Well,
Mm-hmm. But my
okay.
thing is, yeah, we that a woman should be submissive towards a man, regardless of the money situation too. But like I've always said, you should never be submissive to a man who's not submissive to God. Just don't do it. It will not work. They are not you're not leading you right to God's to welcome. So me personally, I don't mind following a man, but he's gotta follow God. And if he's not following God, I ain't following him. I'm not gonna be stupid like that.
Amen. All right, bye-bye.
With that being said, that's all I have to say on that.
Thank you, caller.
Okay,
Now
amen.
to answer your question, because I mean, like Me personally, like, I think that was a Dez or King D that said with the submission part.
That was King D, and you was right, King D.
No,
I
no, 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 no,
apologize.
no. Well, no. The submissive part with me, it doesn't have to do with your height at all. It has to do with
Mm.
what God says that a woman's supposed to be in a position when it comes down to the man that submits unto him.
Mm.
But when it comes down to, and I don't know why he asked that question because he's tall as hell. He's taller than me. But it's like a security thing. It really is. It makes you
That's what it
feel
is.
safe,
So
calm,
you don't think a short man
protected.
can give you security,
Hey,
spicy? A
a
short
short man. I like short men. A short
I
man.
don't. Okay, to all the short men,
If,
I do not hate short men. It's just my preference, and
well,
I'm
I
more.
mean, honestly, when it comes to a man, I don't have like a certain preference. If he makes me feel the way that I want him to make me feel, he makes me feel protected. He loves me
Mm-hmm.
for
Short
me.
man?
He can be short. He can be my height. I mean, I don't want a little midget or nothing like that. No disrespect to small people, smaller people, but because I'm not very tall. But if I can just take my head and put it on his chest, that's the height I'm looking for. Because I'm looking for the strength in his arms anyway. His height, a small man, tall man, medium man can still hug you with his strength and let you know that he's there.
But look,
Dynamite
Tim,
come and pack it, little. You know what I'm trying to say. So that don't matter. Because a
But
tall
Keisha,
man,
they
little
got
man
some
can love
strong
you all
midgets
the time.
too. Keisha, they got strong midgets too now.
my, listen, spicy out.
I do
My
not
mama,
I do not refrain from loving anyone that loves me. I will put it that way because whatever God has for me, that is what I am going to accept.
Lord
listen,
have mercy.
my
Uh,
mama, my
Lord
stepdad,
have mercy.
it's
My
lagging.
stepdad.
It's
got
lagging.
an echo on.
Okay, is it still echoing?
Go
Okay,
ahead,
there we
King
go.
D.
His what?
Okay. Is it still lagging?
No, you can go ahead.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead.
No, go ahead.
My mom and my stepdad, they were different heights. My mom, I'm tall. I'm 6'1", 6'6", 6'1", somewhere in there. And that's where I get my height from. My mom, me and my mama is like eye to eye. So my stepdad was like maybe.
Go ahead, King D. Go ahead. Put it out
Ah,
there,
don't
King D.
laugh. Don't do that. Don't do that, King
It's his
D.
expression. It is his expression. It's not about the height. It's just his
Go ahead,
expression.
King D.
My stepdad,
He laughing about his stepdad's height. Yes, he is.
See, it's funny to him. That's what's making it
he
funny.
was short. He was short. He was a
Cause
lot
you
shorter
make
than
it
my
like
mom.
he was 5'2".
Or
He
four
Was
was a
he
lot
seven.
shorter than my
5'1"?
mama. So with that being said, my mom used to say, so people used to always meddle her and say, "Yes, why you got those short husband, your little midget husband?" And mom would say,
Damn.
Uh oh.
she used to
I
say,
got an
she used
idea
to
what
say,
she might say.
she used to say, "That's okay." She said, "He may be short standing up, but when we in bed, we the same size."
What?
Well,
Hey,
Technically,
Hold on,
technically,
let me
And
technically
hey,
you
it,
don't know, but hey,
yeah, yeah,
it's how
technically.
you look at it from the bottom of the top.
Now, see, now, Noah, can Noah hear? Noah, can you hear me? Keep your eye on the road now.
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, I'm gonna ask you the same question that Keisha and Spicy. Can you deal with a man that's shorter than you that give you that same thing a tall man can give you? Could you deal with a man shorter than you?
Can I deal with him?
Yeah,
That's a
sure.
that's a that's a that's. Can I deal with him? Okay.
Yeah.
The last man that I dealt with that was shorter than me almost caught a case.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Wait a minute. How you almost caught a
he had
case?
Napoleon syndrome,
Yeah.
huh?
Yes, he had issues with his height, and it was hard to deal with because it was a
Mm,
mental health issue,
right.
and it affected our relationship. And I felt like if he had been taller, he wouldn't have had to wear elevator shoes,
Oh no. Okay.
Oh,
and we
Ooh.
wouldn't
oh,
have had
Oh,
we
Mm.
wouldn't have had a lot of the problems we had in our relationship.
was he
But I
mad? 'Cause he
seem
couldn't.
I
What
seem
was it?
to
He couldn't
attract
catch. He couldn't
men
catch
that
you.
like to climb trees. Huh?
He said he left to climb trees.
I seem to attract men that like to climb trees.
Oh damn.
which means she attracts short men.
No, I mean men that are short come after me.
Yeah, that
Right. That's
part.
what I
Yeah.
said. The little men come after you. The little men
Yeah,
attracted to you.
they're gonna climb that tree.
Yeah, they're attracted to me. I don't want them, but that's what happens. And I try not to discriminate. I really do. But if when I meet you, I see that short man issue stuff going on right away. Nope, you don't even get my phone number.
Lord have mercy. Damn,
Mm-mm.
damn, that's messed up. But I'm gonna ask Brother Dez. Now, okay, we heard what they said. Now, could you date a woman that was taller than you?
I sure could. I sure could, and would have no issues with it at all.
Oh, see, I like hearing that. Now, so you wouldn't mind if a woman was taller than you? You can deal with it.
At one point, I've dated a woman who was 6'3", and I'm only 5'10".
Okay, that's what's up. I mean, that's too
I
damn
call I
good.
called him I called him Miss 6'2", no shoe.
Shut the door. Shut the door. Now, King
But
D,
it ain't. But see, and like Keisha was saying, though,
right?
it's really not about height with certain. I mean, because when it's all said and done,
Yeah,
it's about what's in that person's heart and how they gonna treat you.
right. And I
Because
agree.
if you base your love life off of people's height, you're gonna be
Hmm.
stagnant for the rest of your life.
See,
Because
that's the part. That's the part I'm saying, because you might miss out because that person, even though they're not tall, they might fulfill everything else you're looking for in a relationship. But the only thing is that person just not tall. And it's just short, and you might miss a golden opportunity with that. So I get that.
But but everybody got their preferences.
That's true.
Everybody got preferences.
That,
So
yeah,
you can't look down upon somebody who won't date somebody that's shorter than them, or you can't
right.
look down on, or if it's
Yeah.
looking down, or look down on somebody who won't date someone who's taller than them, because it just may be they don't want to feel like they may have an insecurity about that,
Right.
so. And then at the same time, when it's all said and done, like King D said, like his mama used to say, when we lay down,
In that
we,
bed,
we
we're gonna be
we're
the
about the
same
same
height.
height. We're about the same height.
That ain't right. But matter of fact, King D, where you at?
Yeah, he just got to pull his stuff up on that pillow.
Now King D, you over there eating. Now
Hey,
King D,
look,
King D, don't spit it up now. Could you date a woman that, because you 6'1", could you date a woman that was taller than you?
They're taller than me.
Yeah, could you date a woman that's taller than you?
I don't know about that one.
Wait a minute.
King D, when y'all get in the bed, you're gonna be the same height.
Yeah,
Yeah,
King D, y'all in the bed, y'all gonna be
but
the
that's a
same height.
look, Keisha. That's stuff. That's a
just might have to readjust your doggy style a little bit. That's
that's a
all.
lot of. Listen, that's a lot of legs to hold up. That's a lot of legs.
Hey, you got to look at it like a workout
Boy,
then.
you better stand up. You better stand up.
Okay, stand up in it, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
where that stand came from. Don't
oh,
play.
yeah.
I know that's
Stand
right.
up. Hey, King D, hey, that's like climbing a tree, man. Everybody like to climb a tree sometimes. I'm just
Oh
saying.
yeah, Dwight pretty tall. She said how tall is Dwight? Dwight, you taller than me, ain't
Well, yeah, I'm 6'3". Now I'm not gonna lie. I'm
you? Yeah.
6'3". I had a girl, but this girl was young. She was like 6'8", 6'8" or 6'9". She was chasing after me, but
Jesus.
she was too young. But she was around 6'8" or 6'9". Now I wouldn't have a problem dating a woman taller than me. But her, in this case, the girl was too young. She was too damn young at the time. Now if she was closer to my age, I might have went on for it. But I don't have a problem with dating. I'm 6'3". I wouldn't have a problem with a woman taller than me. I just wouldn't have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't discriminate. I don't care if she's 6'9", 5'2", even 4'11".
Okay,
I'm
what do
good
y'all think
with it.
about? What do y'all think about when people say, when women say, I like my dude a little ugly, just a little
Oh
ugly.
yeah, yeah. No,
So good.
yeah.
The
So
little ugly ain't never hurt nobody.
yeah,
Who said that?
a lot of girls say that they like their dude to be a little ugly,
I
but
heard
Little
that too.
ugly ain't never hurt nobody.
Let me
Okay,
see. I
Keisha,
don't
you
know too.
agree?
I don't know too
Dwight,
many women that want a man that look better than them.
Yeah, me either.
uh,
And you don't want that man to look too good, because then everybody
That's
gonna,
right.
you know, he gonna be right there in everybody else's eye. And then you got to deal with all that. I ain't saying I don't. When you date somebody long enough, what somebody else may think is ugly, you may think is the
Mm,
handsomest thing out there.
yeah,
So
yeah. I
It
So
agree.
depends,
Dwight
you
is
know, who can define ugly.
Beauty's in the eye. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Dwight is
You
Yes.
know, now if he look like
is.
Shrek, you know, we can talk about that.
So
I
Dwight is
didn't.
this. Yeah. So women say they want their men to look ugly. Do y'all like y'all women to look ugly?
They get it. They get it. They get a little more down and dirty with it than them pretty girls. I tell you that much.
So
But
you
y'all,
like it
y'all
as a
hold on to
little
that
ugly?
thought. We gonna go back on this. Hey guys, we'll be back in 2 and 2, or maybe 1. Yeah, we gonna get back on that. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that.
The reason why men hate this new generation of women so much is because we're finally starting to realize how powerful.
Men are not intimidated by powerful women. They really aren't. I'll tell you what I see in this new generation of women. Very little self-respect. I'm 34 years old and I have never seen the level of hoery going on in this world. Most of these women can't cook. They're foolish women. They don't know how to build their household. Instead, they destroy it with their own hands. We got women emasculating men left to right, saying it's a problem for them to be a man. But baby, I got a boy. And as parents to a boy, it's my job to be the example and set the standard for the woman that's gonna come into his life. It's my husband's job to raise him and teach him what a man really looks like. You see, my husband and I, we work together. I respect his role as male of the household, and he pours on to me all the love I need to keep this household going. See, baby, I'm powerful in my own unique way, and so is my husband.
All right, all right, all right. Make sure y'all set your notifications. We have Family Game Day tomorrow. Make sure you tune in live because, I mean, it's going to be exciting. So make sure you tune in, set those notifications. If you're enjoying today's show, please subscribe and go ahead and share the live because we're not done just yet. Also, next Friday, make sure you tune in to Grown Men Talking Incorporated because they will be back with y'all live on Broken Pieces. When you lose the feeling for a person in a relationship due to certain promises that was not kept, make sure you tune in live. Now, over to Dwight.
Well. Y'all be sure to join us for that game show tomorrow. I don't know. I mean, I might have forgot what the game was about, but hopefully I'll win. But anyway, we were talking before we get to that video. We were talking about ugly people. I don't know which one brought it up, but see, men, we different. We don't mind dating an ugly woman as long as she can cook and do what she want to. Take care of us in a certain way. I don't know about women now. I don't know if women like to date ugly men. I don't know about that. But I'm gonna go with Keisha. Like Keisha, you said you can deal with an ugly man.
You muted.
You muted. Look at you lying already. Look at you. Okay, there you go.
A sprinkle.
A
But
sprinkle.
then once if I fall in love with that person, I'm not gonna see any ugly because what could be ugly to the next person may not be ugly to me. I could think I got the most handsomest man ever. So I mean, I don't unless you look like Shrek or a chimpanzee or something that's pretty weird looking. We wouldn't even be talking in the first place. But yeah, I'm just saying. But I mean, I don't know. Everybody's ugly is different. So
Keisha,
yeah,
you
if I
saying
like
Shrek
you,
is
if I love you, I will date you.
so you think Shrek is ugly?
Shrek, all right. I like Shrek,
Well, you say he ugly.
but only if I was Fiona.
She gets so out of here.
No, I don't know what I'm trying to echo.
But
No,
yes, it's some going on there.
What's up?
Okay, there we go. There we go.
could you date an ugly man?
Okay, so for me, ugly has to
Uh-oh.
do with your personality.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you have to be hard to look at for me to say you too ugly to date.
Oh, damn.
So yeah, ugly
Damn.
is your personality for me.
Oh, I like the way you put that. So
Dwight,
man personality is what counts. And if his personality, he could be a nice looking man, but if his personality is ugly, you just couldn't deal with it.
Right,
Oh, okay,
right.
I like. Okay, that's what's up. My brother
Exactly.
Dez.
he
Could
already answered. You didn't answer.
the brother Dez answer that question? Where brother
Well,
Dez? Could
in
you? Could
case you
you?
forgot my answer, I wouldn't have no problem with that because let me put it like this:
Okay.
like you said, a little ugly, a little ugly. I don't want to wake up in the middle of the night. Now, if you wake up in the middle of the night and I roll over and I look at you and I go, yeah, now that might be a problem. That might be a problem
That's
because
that.
and I have to face facts. I know
Yeah.
for a fact I'm not the most handsomest man in the world, but I
Hey,
know for a fact I ain't the ugliest one.
Yeah.
So
Hey.
because I've seen them that look worse than I do. So you gotta look at it from that perspective. How
Yeah.
beautiful are you
Mm-hmm.
before you go and judge how beautiful somebody else is.
yeah,
And
Well
like
said,
Nura
brother.
said,
Yeah.
on the inside, you might be cute on the outside, but you could
Yeah.
be a monster on the inside.
yeah.
Woo. Yeah. Ugly monster. Now, King D.
What about you, Dwight? You would date somebody ugly?
Yeah, I dated some ugly women before. Sure have. Ugly beast, just ugly women. But they was nice though. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
nice. You know what I'm
They just,
saying? They was nice, but yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it real. Yeah, I dated some ugly women.
yeah.
Lord knows I dated some ugly women, but they was beautiful and nice on the
On the
inside.
inside. Yeah.
Yeah, even it was so ugly, even makeup couldn't help them. I said, Lord, the
Oh
makeup
Lord.
couldn't help.
Damn, if makeup can't help it, then I know that's ugly.
That was Fiona.
Well, yeah, hey, it's all right. I think Fiona's fine. I ain't gonna lie. I think she okay.
It's
You just
it's
looking at them hips Fiona got. That's all that is.
Fiona was
You ain't
bad in
looking
that.
at Fiona face.
Yeah,
I don't know. Fiona was kind of thick though.
She
yeah.
was.
That's why I said she was fine to me. I liked her though. Now, King D, could you date an
It's,
ugly woman?
okay, we, we got a match. You have to. If what I look like,
Mm-hmm.
we have to be in sync. You know what I'm saying?
You got to be in sync. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
If you
Now,
have to, if you have
So
to,
are you calling yourself ugly?
if, no, I think I'm pretty
So
decent.
y'all got to be the same ugliness or the same good
Yeah.
looking.
Like if
Okay.
like we gotta be like. Let me see. We can't be worse than Beyonce and Jay Z.
oh damn.
So basically, y'all got to
Beyonce and
compliment
Jay
each
Z.
other.
Oh,
Yeah,
you good then?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be
You
Jay Z.
good?
I'll be that.
I think see
You
that
know, like Beyonce.
what make Joe Camel so handsome is his wallet.
That part. Yeah, that part
Who is
right there,
that?
Dez.
Who is that?
That part right there.
Jay-Z,
But
that's why I call him because he remind me of Joe Campbell. Joe
yeah,
Campbell.
Oh
now,
yeah, yeah.
now,
No, Jay Z is kind of hard to look at sometimes.
yeah, he is kind of
Jay
hard to
Z
look at.
and Jay Z is not considered on the category of being ugly. That fool is hurt.
Wait a minute, Spicy. So you couldn't date a man that look like Daisy? You couldn't date a man that look like him?
For me to date somebody, no. I
Oh
couldn't wake
Lord
up
have
to
mercy.
that. Mm-mm. I'm not
Dang.
gonna even lie on that.
I
But
think
I
it's just his
mean, if
mouth.
you turn it off to be friends first, and I'm not thinking about having no more kids,
Yeah.
then and then we end up flourishing to something that's really nice. Then okay, but see,
Lord.
I'm not gonna keep having seeds that look like that. It can
Oh
stop
Lord have mercy.
somewhere.
She said she don't want to have nothing to do with spreading the ugliness.
I don't think that Beyonce and Jay Z kids are ugly. I don't think that.
No, the
They
kids are
get it
not
from
ugly.
their
Don't get me
No,
wrong.
mama.
they
No,
not.
they
It's
lovely,
just he.
but
If it
they
wasn't for
are.
the mama, just like I tell everybody, they my God, that my
Oh,
kids do
oh.
favor me, and I had a touch in that. But I'm gonna tell you straight up, him, woo, that's gotta be a deep prayer when you pregnant.
I think like she said, he can do something with his hair and it's his mouth. They
And
big.
his attitude
It's
and his
big.
character.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah,
hey, she.
yeah. Just put him back in the mold.
There you go.
Well, Beyonce think he's fine, so like Keisha said,
No, she
what may
don't.
ugly to y'all may be
That
fine to her. So
Beyonce knows she's
that's
got
a
an ugly
business
video.
power couple. That's a business
exactly.
relationship.
Yeah, that's about business. That ain't about no love.
So you don't think she really love him? She think it's all about business?
Kamori said she could if it's the lips for her.
It's a whole
And she like
face.
big lips. She like her men with Jackson's side full lips and Jackson size nostrils, like Beyonce said.
Oh, now,
Mm.
hey, it's who you love though. Get what the world said. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I date some ugly women. Hey, you gotta sometimes just overlook that stuff and just go on, whatever make you happy. You don't want to sleep with them, not them. But hey, I'm just saying. Now, what about
Olips and
what y'all thought about that video we saw with that young lady talking? What y'all? I go with Keisha. What you say? I have to say about that video that we saw at the last commercial break.
I didn't get a lot of it, so I'm gonna pass
You
on
didn't get
that one.
okay,
No.
well, I'm gonna go with. I know Spicy.
well,
Spicy,
when
I'm gonna go with you.
I'm trying to remember it because my mind been cloudy.
See, I told you I was asleep. Somebody get some coffee on the set.
well, what I took from the video is what she was basically saying is how these new age, these modern
Women,
women,
right,
a lot of them, or I can't say all of them, but some of these
right.
modern day women, they look down upon a man who can't provide for them.
That's true.
And what she was saying in the video was that she has power, and that's what it was. She was like she was saying that most men are afraid to date powerful women,
Right,
Mm-mm.
she
when
did.
in actuality, I don't believe that's true. Because
Right.
for some men, me being one of them, a powerful woman, a woman that displays her power,
Mm-hmm.
that's a turn on for me.
Yeah, me too. So I don't
You
agree
know,
with her either because that's a turn on for me too. So yeah, I'm not afraid of no powerful woman and the powerful woman. Why I gotta
Yeah,
be
and I'm gonna tell you that there, Trent, I'm
mm-hmm.
glad he brought that back up because that refreshed my mind. You know, but my thing about a lot of women they don't understand is that these men that don't want to be with a woman that's strong in minded and strong in stand are men that's more or less controlling or they feel intimidated by the power, the intelligence of the woman to where they're not proud of that. You got somebody that's not even proud of something like that. But you have men out there that would love to have a woman that's intelligent, that love to have a woman that's strong minded and strong in stand. So I mean, some men do. So I agree with her.
Yeah, I'm one of them. I like an intelligent and strong woman, so I don't feel intimidated by a strong and intelligent woman. I really don't. It's to me, it's a turn on. It really is. So, I mean, your intelligence turns me on. You can be an ugly, intelligent woman. I don't love it. Did that phone call?
Okay, let's
Somebody
see this call go through.
grown man talk. Where's the grown man talking, caller? You on the air?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, let me put you on speaker. I gotta get this fixed. Go ahead.
Okay, I have to rebut on that part right there where you talk about the strong women. Okay, so from the video that I was watching that y'all placed up on the screen, it sounded like she was looking down on the woman that run around here and talk about a man are scared of a strong woman. Her superpower is being a homemaker and following the lead of her husband. And half you women don't even know how to cook, clean, or wash clothes or take care of kids. They don't know how to manage a household. They don't know how to follow their husbands, but they call themselves strong women, a powerful woman, when they're really not. They are that new age trash, garbage type women that want to lead their husband instead of follow. That's what she was saying.
Okay, I know exactly what she was saying, but what I was
Yeah, but
saying, what I'm
I
saying is
don't
that
believe
the
in
fact that
powerful
why
women.
some men do not choose that, because I think was it you, Des, that said that why some women don't want to be with some of these men that think that way, because that's what I was expressing in a opinion. No, I don't disagree with that at all. But what I'm saying is that you have the type of men that do not want to be with women like this is because of those reasons I gave. That's what I was
Yeah,
saying.
because she
But
said that
you
too.
have a different your powerfulness is different, Spicy. Yes, you're a strong woman, you're a business minded woman, but you know how to cook, clean, take care of a household. You know how to manage a household. She's talking about those ones that don't know how to manage a household, call themselves powerful women or strong-minded women when they can't even wipe their behinds right.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, Denise. I see exactly what you're saying because
Yeah, I
that is
understand
what
what
she
she's
was
saying, but
saying.
she was, yeah, no, but see, I was answering according to what you was saying, so I wasn't wrong,
Got
and
you.
it's not about me just being a
No,
strong woman because you got a lot
no,
of strong
I
women
wasn't
out
agreeing
there.
with Spicy. I wasn't disagreeing with you at all. The only thing I was disagreeing with the women when that part where she said those powerful, those left-minded, powerful, so-called powerful women that think they're powerful, but they're
They
really
full of
not.
themselves.
They fool themselves. They care about more about their beauty and their money instead of their family and their husbands. That's all.
Okay,
But see, when they have all that money, you pay a nanny, you pay a
Mm-hmm.
chef, you pay the chauffeur. So when you have all that money, your power as far as taking care of the house and this and that, you pay people to do that. It's a lot of rich women don't know how to cook, clean, keep their own kids. They don't know how to do none of that because their money didn't let it all the way. But they still strong women in whatever their career is. But when it come to a house, they don't know that.
but see, my thing is also is in this generation. Let me see. I'm gonna have to mute somebody just to make sure. Okay, okay, this generation, and I noticed that because I was shocked by this. I think I mentioned this before. You know, back then the time was invested into daughters and teaching them the skills that in order to be a woman and a mother. Nowadays, when you look at these younger generation, a lot of them don't know how to cook. You know,
Yeah.
especially when you say cook by scratch. Because to me, when you cook by box and you cook by can, that's not by scratch.
Damn right, Elaine.
You know, so you know, you got to figure out where that came from. But see, my thing about it is, don't say because you can use Stouffer's box dressing that oh you're a good cook or you're better than you too good for this man. Because to me, you're not better. You know, too good for men because you got these men now, and believe it or not, a lot of the men now, more men know how to cook than the women,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
sometimes better.
That's
Yeah.
right.
See,
Yeah.
in my response to that, see, Spicy, I would say men have always known how to cook, but we did not use that skill if we did not have to because the women took so much pride in it.
Yeah. I
And
agree.
a lot of
We
nowadays,
gonna
a lot of
some
women really
men.
don't take pride in it.
We gonna say some men because I know some that didn't know
I
how to
said no.
cook.
That's why I said some men knew how to cook. Because I ain't gonna lie, up there. I'm in my 40s and I'm just learning. So you know,
Man.
but I've always been ready to do it. I've always been around women who knew how to cook. That's how I know if a woman can cook or not.
Right.
You
Now,
know,
now, Dez,
but
let
at
me ask
just
you this. Let me ask you this, Dez. Could you be with a woman that couldn't cook?
Good
yes, and
question.
I have.
You have?
Yeah.
I don't know that. You know that. To me,
Why do you think
I'm.
I had to? Why do you think I learned how to cook? Now I ain't gonna sit up here and say I didn't know how to cook. I just never really did it
Right.
because growing up in my house, you had to know how to at least cook one thing.
Okay.
If you couldn't fry no chicken,
Oh.
you couldn't live in my house. So my mama taught me how to fry chicken at an early age, because sometimes she have to be at work and I be home and I'm gonna be hungry. She say, before you leave, well, I'm gonna leave this chicken out. When you get home from school, you cook this chicken so when I get home, I can have me something to eat. So
You
So
ain't
you're
lying.
an expert in frying chicken.
King D. I'm gonna ask you that same question. Could you be with a woman that couldn't cook?
Yeah.
You could?
Mhm.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
absolutely.
You wouldn't get tired eating TV dinners or burnt bread
I
or
ain't gonna eat no TV dinner. I'll go buy me something to eat though. I don't like
well,
TV
yeah.
dinner.
Hey, look, it may be some of these women may not be able to cook, but I know some of them that can make a mean hamburger helper.
well shoot. Hey, listen,
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you, majority of my cast I know they could cook. Because I mean, the
yeah,
one with Tanisha is always in the kitchen. Every time I get on a video, she's in the kitchen. That girl be throwing down.
well, Spice, we know you can cook. I'm gonna tell you,
I
Nora, she
love to
know how to
cook.
cook, and Keisha know how to cook.
Let me
So
tell you
yeah.
something though.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
I'm
oh
sitting back
snap.
and I'm listening to this conversation. Can you be with a woman who does not know how to cook? Can you be with a woman who does not know how to make love? Can you be with a woman who
Uh-oh.
does not know how to parent a baby? These
Mm.
are the things we learn.
Right.
So I said that to say this. In my family, it was the men who did the cooking.
Okay.
I did not learn how to cook until I was an adult and I wanted to learn.
Mm.
I'm a badass cook now, though. I'm
Yeah, yeah,
just
you are. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with you on that, Nerd, because like like on at least like on my mom's side,
Right.
my uncles, boy, look, get him a grill,
Yeah.
and the women can sit down.
now you
Uh-oh.
got women that know how to cook who won't. See, that's a
Uh-oh.
different
Yeah, some of
Eh,
them don't
conversation.
like
that,
cooking.
that's that point
That's
right now.
true.
That's the point that we missed too, because there's something I just don't feel like doing it. But you can
Yeah,
cook your butt off, but I don't feel like doing
or
it.
refuse
Dang,
to
I'm
learn.
hungry,
That's
baby.
another thing.
Yeah, because I be hearing about Keisha meals too. I heard about
Yeah,
Keisha's
she
food. Be
can
like,
cook.
mm.
Yeah, she can cook.
She be getting those personal phone calls. What you got? I'm going to get my plate.
Oh,
Yeah, if you marry a woman and all she wants to do is eat out every night, you got a
right.
Mm.
problem.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
especially with things
Uh-oh.
going up the way they are. Yes.
Now, Nura said
No,
something
we gonna
that I
change
want.
that.
Yeah, Nura, you said something I want to touch base on. Now I'm gonna ask. Well, I don't see King D in there, but Nura touch on something. Des, could you be with a woman that couldn't make love? If she was just bad, I mean, just no matter what y'all do, no matter how much y'all plan, and it just didn't work, and it's the same thing every night, and she just
I
couldn't
need
get
to
it
say
right.
something
Could you
about
stay
that.
with?
Can I say something about that?
Mm.
Uh oh, what you gonna say
When I got married, I didn't know nothing about that.
about what making love?
You want to be with a woman who's out there in the streets that knows how to do everything, or you want one that you can teach how you want to be loved?
Well, no, I ain't saying you can teach.
Look, I was looking. That's the point that I was about to touch on,
Yeah,
because we can learn, because she may not be good, but who,
right,
if I'm the judge,
right,
I should be able to teach her, or we should be able to work through some things and improve that aspect of it, because
right,
Right.
in
right.
her eyes, I might not be good at love making,
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
it's true.
True.
Yeah, that's true. The
so
king, what
I
king?
mean,
Oh,
yeah, that
go
depends
ahead,
on the
King.
person. You have if a person knows what they want, they know what they like, okay, you might have an issue there. But if you were somebody who really don't know, say for instance, like even when you got married, that's
Right.
like if two virgins was to get married, who's gonna
Mm-hmm.
say that the other one can't make love right? Don't neither one of them know about it.
Well, the
Yeah, they
thing
gotta play
about
around.
it is communicating what your needs are, and then you got to look at that. Where are you in your head when you say, "I want a woman with low miles"? Do you want a woman with low miles? Do you really want that?
Mm-hmm.
But
Or
hey,
you want?
she could have low miles, but she could still know what she doing.
Maybe,
She might not have been out on that road a whole lot, but when she got out on that road, she knew what she was doing.
And they got
maybe.
books for that now. They got books. You can read up on it.
But sometimes them don't go together. Low miles means she's a little not that experienced. Like she don't know all the things. But what I'll say about that, teach me.
Yeah.
Teach
Yep.
me what you want me to know, because you're not teaching me for all these men. You're teaching me what you like, how you like it, how you want to be held,
That's right.
all of those things. So I'm like custom fit for you. So it don't
Mm.
matter about anything else out there. It matters about me and you, because you showed me, and then in turn I'm going to show you what I like, because now I'm picking up some stuff. So then we're going to teach each other.
Oh,
Yeah,
Amen.
yeah, that's true, because you could be the self proclaimed guru of love making, and get with somebody and do something that that's it, and then they be like, I ain't like it when you did that. So
My
I mean,
turn.
so but no, I was
My
agreeing with
turn.
Keisha. You got to be able to
yeah.
communicate, and you got to
True.
be able to teach each other.
True. Yeah, it's true.
Everything
Now,
ain't for
now,
everybody.
yeah,
Correct.
that's spicy. Same thing, spicy. Could you deal with a man? Spicy, come on now. Tell the truth now. Could you deal with a man that know what the hell he was doing?
Look, I'm
Uh oh.
54 years old.
Look, hey,
I'm about to be 55 in November. And I
Okay.
feel like through this whole time, we should be able. I shouldn't have to teach you a lot of things now, if anything, because pleasing a person, everybody's different. That's a different thing.
That's true.
Now that's where the communication come in. But to act like you don't know anything, like you're a virgin, and I can't. I don't
But
have
wait a minute,
time for
Spike.
that.
I'm saying, let's say this, Spike. Say this man was a virgin. It can happen now. Just look at us and say he was a virgin now, and all of a
What he
sudden
do?
you
Drop
just
out
go
the
be hitting
sky?
spurs.
What did Nora say?
She said, "Did it
What he
drop
do?
out the
Drop out the
sky?"
sky?
I know 'cause I don't know too many men as virgins. Just like the
Hey,
women being virgins at my age is like.
it's possible. It's possible now,
I mean,
Spicy. It's
I'm not saying it's not likely, but
yeah.
my
But
thing is, it's
could
like,
you deal with him though? Oh shit! Come on,
look,
Spicy.
me personally, like, I mean, if we, like I said, we know each other and we feeling each other because I'm about the heart. That's one.
Right.
So it's like, we really have to work through that. But to teach you the birds and the bees, I ain't got time for that. I mean, I'm
Oh
54
Lord.
years old, and
I'm with
sometimes,
you on that.
and it's like you should know a lot of things to where, okay, you telling me what pleases you, and I tell you what pleases me, because everybody's pleasure is different.
That's true.
Yeah,
Everybody
I
pressure
mean
is
that's true because what one person likes, the other person might not like, and you can try to
exactly.
get with that other person and try the same thing that you did with the other person, and they be like,
I don't like that.
what was that?"
Yeah.
Correct me
Exactly. Like,
wrong.
what are
I
you
wouldn't mind
doing?
having a 50-year-old virgin.
What you say, Nora?
Yeah,
You wouldn't mind having a 50-year-old version?
I would not mind at all.
Uh oh.
Mm-mm.
Uh oh.
Me neither. I
I'd
wouldn't
have
mind.
fun with that.
I wouldn't mind.
Now, I don't want nobody that got a lot of miles on him. I mean, I know that we older, but somebody that just been all over San Antonio, no.
Well, Spence,
But
how would you know? How would you know if he has a lot of miles on him?
that's why he need not to tell me his business from the past.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Y'all,
mental thing. It's a mental thing, baby. Mm-mm.
no,
You
no,
might
no.
but see, hold
That's
on, but
gonna
see
turn
now,
me
what if
out.
you asked a certain question and you want honesty, and he give you an honest answer?
Uh-oh, that part.
One, I'm not gonna ask about his past because what his past is doesn't matter. It's what from here on matters. Now, if you got a criminal history or you got some type of mental, yeah, I need to know that.
Right.
But when it come down to partners, I mean, I'd rather you not tell me if you got a lot of miles because my mental status can be like I'm walking.
So you just don't want to know.
No, it's best that I don't know.
Who's in that song? I don't want to know if you're cheating or
Now,
if you.
if you we gonna get tested because you gonna if you have
I
any,
don't wanna
we gonna get
know.
That's
tested.
it.
But my thing about it is, if you was out there like that, don't tell me because I'm gonna just think you nasty.
Well, I thought people like freaky and nasty stuff. Spicy.
There's a difference between okay, that's a different category. Like when you say freaky, I mean that's you could be that with just one person.
You
Yeah,
don't
that's
want no
But when you
nasty.
have somebody to where they with different partners every day of the week or
That's
every other day,
nasty.
no, that's
That's
nasty.
STD nasty.
she not talking about none of y'all.
Well, yeah, we know.
That's penicillin nasty. You need some penicillin.
Damn,
Get some
that's crazy.
amoxicillin.
That's
I didn't heard
crazy.
it all.
Yeah,
But like
me
I
too.
said, when you get a certain age, and I know every man or woman is not the same, because you still got some that's really out there like that, that's too friendly with their body. My opinion and my feeling is when it come down to my body, I always have value my body. So if I'm
Mhm.
with one person, am I with that one person only? Like I said, I still got my 10 toes and some of my fingers still left that haven't been touched. So,
Right.
I wasn't out there like that because the way my grandmother raised me, she did talk to me, about the chemistry and how a woman supposed to uphold themselves and carry themselves and value themselves. And that's just
Right.
my mentality. But that's why I say it disgusts me when people just out, especially nowadays with everything going on, you going everywhere raw. I'm not gonna touch you. You're not touching me.
Want to raw.
Mm-mm.
I I understand. Look, I agree with you on that because
I do too.
yeah, it's some stuff around here
Yeah, that's that stuff around here.
Just
Ain't got.
I
everybody
got
keep
10
your
toes
clothes
that
on.
haven't been touched in a while. I'm saying.
What'd you say, Nora?
She got
I got
toes and
10
fingers that
toes.
ain't been touched.
Oh, damn.
Because you gotta get. I was a virgin till I was 18.
Or
So
I was a
to
virgin till I
some
was
for
21.
others, that's kind of late. But my thing is, I was a virgin till I was 18. I had my first child at 19,
Uh-huh.
but I was with him for 13 years. So I
Okay.
wasn't that type of woman that go out like that. But when it come down to some of these women that just feel like that, and you gotta look at too, some women that was lacking certain things or certain trauma in life, they have been out there like that.
Right.
Not saying they can't change their life, but when it come down to me, mm-mm, I
That's
can't
a
do it.
no.
Well,
Wow.
I,
Wow.
I I lost my virginity to a woman that was twice my age,
What age was that, Daisy?
and I was 16.
Right. Okay.
That's a difference. Yeah. And I will say that like I said, I lost my virginity to a woman who was twice my age, so that kind of molded my perception
Right.
of what good sex was.
Right. So she was about 30 something?
No, she was 32.
32? Yeah, 30 something.
I
Oh,
didn't find out how good it was until I got in my 40s.
hold up, Spicy. You say what? You know how good it was when you got in your
It was
40s?
in my 40s. Because when you're young, you just really exploring, you know. But then when
Lord
you
have
get
mercy.
older, you begin to enjoy it and know the true meaning behind it.
Oh, we got to come back on this. Hey, y'all, we'll be back in 2 and 2. Or maybe 1. Or maybe a couple of seconds. God damn.
But this is where I see the stereotype. Because it's only black women. That's a label. Because there's other women who does the same thing. That are strong, that are, independent, loud, noisy, but they don't get labeled as that. And the way I say that is because black men sometimes give this excuse not to date black women because they're loud, they're obnoxious, they're too strong, they're too this, they're too that. But they'll not date us, but date another woman from another race that does the same thing. How is that different? She does the same exact thing. Loud, noisy, all up in your face or whatever you want to call it. But it's when we do it.
Why do you believe black women get singled out for that?
All right, all right. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. We will be back. The whole family will be back at Family Game Day. It's that time again. Come on and join in with us with the family fun. Also, make sure you tune in next Friday to Grown Men Talking Incorporated as they talk about broken promises. Where does in a relationship to where you lose the love, especially when somebody don't keep the promises up? Tune in and find out. And next Saturday, the rejected apology. Make sure y'all tune in. These are going to be some topics that's going to be on fire, so you don't want to miss it. Now over to Dwight.
Yeah. I'm glad the ladies are with us because this is one of the things that we do need to talk about because a lot of black women do get that stereotype that black men, especially in our community, a lot of black men don't want to date black women because they are known to have real bad attitudes. Now I can only speak from my experience. Have I been with black women that got a bad attitude? Hell yeah. And look, I'm not gonna lie. I had dated black women that had as sweet as can be, but as a man that had dated outside his race and everything, I didn't. Nah, I can't speak for every black man that might have dated outside the race, but the women I dated outside my race, no, they was crazy. Some of the women that I dated outside my, they didn't really have too much of a bad attitude, but they was crazy, hiding behind bushes and things like that. But I had been in relationships that some black women that got loud. They was letting the whole neighborhood hearing what we was arguing about, and them not trying to escalate it and say bring it down. You don't tell me to bring nothing down. I'm like, but damn, what's wrong with you? I'm talking to you all nice and calm. and you talking lies of the people 5 blocks can hear you. And I'm not saying all black women because all black women are not like that. They all black
Thank
women
you.
out there. Yeah, and I'm gonna say all black women not like that. I have been around black women and all of them not like that. So you can't just say all black women. So I'm gonna go with Dez first. Dez, how do you feel about that video we just saw, and do you agree or halfway agree with what the man or the woman was saying in the video?
Well, just from personal experience,
Mm-hmm.
I think that black women they get that stigmata because first of all, they have so much power. Black
Right.
women are so powerful within themselves,
Right.
and they put that stereotype on them
Mm-hmm.
because they trying to downplay their power.
Right.
And in actuality, I mean, you have some women and some black women. Since this is what we're talking about, we have some black women who are just loud and boisterous for no reason at all.
Right.
But at the same time, most of with my personal experiences, when the black women that I've been with, when they get like that, it's because of something that you did. They
True.
just
Yeah.
don't, they ain't
Yeah.
just like that for no reason. It's something that you did because they only bring out that side when they trying to prove a point, when they
Now wait
trying
a
to get
minute.
you to understand
Now
something.
Dez, I had a black woman do me like that because I didn't want to have sex that night. I was tired. And I wasn't feeling good. And you're gonna get loud at me because I was tired and sick, and you're gonna cuss me out because I ain't
But
want
how
to do
long
nothing.
have you been rejecting her? How long you been
Oh
neglecting
no,
her for
Spicy.
that?
It wasn't like I was rejecting her. She was taking it every night anyway. Well, it didn't matter. But she
I
got
would, I,
taken.
well,
Look
that,
at
well,
that attitude with it.
Dwight, that's a
yeah,
different show.
your problem with that situation was
Hey,
you didn't want to give her what she been getting, and
hey,
you ain't
well, I
you
gave
just
her
ain't
more
gonna
than
get me hooked.
even
That
then some, and still
brother
wasn't enough.
Dwight, that's like giving a crackhead
Oh,
crack every day, giving them crack
well, I
every
guess I
day.
was the crack, and she
And
wanted to
then
smoke
that
it
one
every
day
day.
you be like, oh no, I ain't got it today. What you mean you ain't got none? I
Well,
need my fix. I need my fix.
well, shit, you had
So,
your 5 fix
You
today.
sound like
How
you
much
can
fix did
relate
you
to that.
need?
Right?
I know because he
Damn.
explained that situation well. What y'all
Oh,
got
I,
going on?
hey,
I'm just
Dead
saying.
in the white?
I'm just saying that because I was just saying because she cussed me out because she wanted me to give her. So I said, because I'm tired. I gave you three. We did it 3 times today. How much more you want me to
And
do?
Y'all need to leave them crackheads
what that
alone.
mean?
3 times that
Oh,
day.
But did you
She
know
should
ahead
have
of
been
time she had a
tired.
big appetite? Did you know that ahead of time?
oh, hey, that just to me that was just crazy. Her mama told her you crazy. You trying to kill that man. I think she was trying to kill me for real.
Dwight said it was fun at first.
Yeah, you're right. I did say it was
But
fun at
see,
first.
and that's the
You gotta
problem.
lose eventually you can't
Until
keep it
it
up.
became addictive love. That's
Yeah,
addictive
see, I was
love,
told a
Dwight.
long time ago, it's always fun until you learn what you're doing.
Well, hey, it was a great roller coaster ride, but when it got to that top to that dip, that's when I started screaming. Oh, this is too much, way too much. Uh, I see Keith D ain't made it back yet. So, Keisha, I want to ask you about the video we saw. How do you feel about when some of the people, the black people or black males, pitch out like that?
Well, my sons, they at this time they're young. They don't really date black women,
Mm,
black young ladies. They say that they're too loud, they're too over aggressive.
Mm.
They're like they got to be the show of everything. So my
right.
my sons right now they don't prefer to date black women because of that. So apparently it's what's going on.
And you're right.
Well, I mean, it's sometimes you do have those women who they want to be the center of attention. It's about me, 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 me.
Mm-hmm.
But and if that's all they dealing with, I from that because I ain't gonna say I've dated women outside of my race, but
Right.
I've done women outside of my race,
Oh, okay.
and
Those don't count.
That was practice.
I don't see why come they don't. But
Yeah,
at the
they
same
count.
time, it was still a
They
learning
share
experience because
right there.
they may not have had the attitudes of a black woman may have, but they still had their attitudes in their own little
Yeah.
racist type of way.
Yeah.
Now I said races like RACES, racist, not racist, but in their own type of way.
Yeah.
So, but I just think I really truthfully think that the problem is that, like, literally a lot of with that stereotype with the black woman being aggressive, angry, attitudinal is just trying to downplay the power of the black woman.
Okay.
Well,
That
most of
and
these are
for me,
teenagers, so that
oh, it's not my turn. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but these are teenage girls. So this is learned behavior because my son at that time was like 16, 17. So he's not dating grown women. He's dating the young ladies that's in his age group, and they're already displaying this. I hate that we as black women get that kind of rap, but they're
Mm.
learning it from somewhere. Just like you learn how to be positive, you learn how to cook. They're learning that behavior. It's being shown to them, taught to them. They're seeing it somewhere on a regular basis. So
Yeah. Now, Nora, what do you have to say about that?
I've known a few black men who are exclusive outside of the black race, and my opinion on that is they have unresolved issues with the black women in their family. May it be their mother, grandmother, sister, cousin.
Mm.
Somebody did something and they need therapy, and so they have lost the luster for their own. That is my opinion. I have raised four sons, and they all like black women. They like them dark too, dark with nappy, curly, snatched hair. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying? Now, a couple of them have moved around outside of the race, but they only want a relationship with a black woman.
okay. No.
Yeah, my mom always said if she can't use your comb, don't bring her home.
That's what I told him. If she is not the baddest white woman out there, don't bring her to me. She
Damn.
better know how to understand your culture, how to cook for you, how to care for your child, and comb their hair, and everything else that needs to be learned that's different. Or don't bring her home to me. I'm gonna hurt her
And see,
feelings.
Nura, I agree with you on that because I have no problem with a black man dating someone out of the race. I have no problem with that because you can't tell who you love. Love is love. What
Yeah.
I don't like is when they go outside of the race and they go get the bugaboos
Right,
Uh-oh.
of the other race.
right,
And
Uh-oh.
even the other races are like, thank you, thank you, thank you,
right,
thank you.
right. And then they have
Damn.
That's
little bugaboo children that hair is all over the place and don't know who they are.
yeah, don't brothers, don't go get you a trailer park.
Hell no. Never
Don't go,
that.
but don't get it. And I'm not talking bad against trailer parks because there are some beautiful women that live in the trailer parks, I'm sure. But I think a lot of times if a black man doesn't have the financial status or financial freedom when
Right.
he dates outside of the race, a lot of times he dates on the low end of the outside of the race
Yeah.
because he can get that submissiveness that he can't get from a woman. And like Nura said, a lot of those guys, they have been through dramatic situations and have had things happen to them with black women, and they just like, you know what? I'm done with it. I can't do it no more. So
Yeah.
you really can't judge it off of them because a lot of dudes don't, if they ain't celebrities or athletes, they don't get the creme de la creme of the white
They
girls. I'm
sure.
just gonna say it. They don't get
They
the creme de
sure.
la creme. They get the ones that got dropped off at the bus station.
That
Yep.
part. That part. Now, Spicer, how you feel about that video?
Well, on that video there, I'm gonna say this because I have. Well, I'm a mutt. I'm mixed with a lot of things, but I also have friends of different races, and I really frown and despise when people say this about black women because my thing is that you have loud Puerto Ricans, you have loud
Yeah.
Hispanics.
Joe do.
I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna tell you, you don't tell them shut up either.
Woo!
So my thing is that to say that a black woman The reason why I go with the Puerto Rican, or the reason why I go with a white woman, or the reason why I go with a Hispanic woman is because the black woman is too angry. She's too loud. She's too aggressive. But my thing about it is that that's in everyone. Maybe you scarred that black woman. Maybe there's something she has unresolved issues. Sometimes you need to look at in the mirror at what you could have done to make her that way,
Right.
or what could have
And that's
made
what
her made it away. Cause so my thing is, you don't want somebody to talk back to you. You want somebody to not have a voice of their own, a mind of their own. You know, some of those men are like, this is why they get them. I despise when they use this as a reason for them to go outside the race. Now, if it's your preference, fine, cool.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but don't get into your preference and then want to dog us. And then come talking about we upset because he's with the outer race. No, we're not upset with that. We upset for the mere fact that you have a black mama too. That's what you came out of. So how
Yeah.
you gonna sit here and go against black women like this?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Hey,
and it's just like if you even though if you was a black male and you was only raised around white women, Asian women, that's all you were ever raised around. You really didn't get to see too many black women.
Yeah.
Would that not be your preference when you get older?
Yeah.
Because
But see,
that's
you
what
gotta
you're
look at
used to
too.
dealing with.
You gotta look at too, like some men, black men, I have seen this, they have an identity problem to where they can't
Yeah.
identify with their own culture. So that's why they date outside their race, because they identify more with their race, especially ones that's been adopted by somebody outside their race. They lose their knowledge and they stand within their culture.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, and because
Do
I
your
have
hair, baby.
family members. I have family members who were raised who are suburban. Never lived in the hood until they got older, came down to the hood and was like, nope, I'm going back to the burbs. So,
Wow.
but that's all they grew up from elementary school, middle school, high school, even college. That's
Yeah, I
all
agree.
they
I agree
ever,
with
that's
you,
all
Dez.
they've
You're
ever
right.
seen.
That's all they know. I agree with Dez. That's true.
So I mean, how can you get mad at somebody if that's all they've ever known
That's all.
or seen?
Yeah.
But see,
That's true.
then you have also, the black women that then went to the other race, because like I say, yeah, I dated outside, but my thing about it is I ran back to my side for my own personal reasons. But
Right.
I don't bash them for what I went through because of that side, or because they culture. Because I'm gonna be honest, each culture is different.
Yeah.
When I know so much about my cultures, and I've been raised in that cultures, and I'm brought to a different culture that I do not identify with, I'm not going to end up staying there. It's not going to be the same.
Yeah.
Because it's like a culture shock to you.
It is. And my thing is that,
Big
you see some of it, because some of the Asian people are starting to get almost the same way as well, because you hear some in that why that's why they go overseas, they go get their Asian, because they're very submissive.
Oh yeah,
They
they
don't
are.
argue back. They
Yeah.
cater to the man. Okay, so you want somebody that doesn't have a mind and a voice of their own, is what you're saying.
I wouldn't say, but yeah, I mean, some of them, that's how they think. They think like that. To be honest
No,
with you.
because they don't argue back with them. They
No,
don't
they
they don't
don't. And
speak
you're
them out,
right. I have seen it. They do not argue. I have seen some Asian women that's married to black men and white men. They really don't argue back with them. They really don't. They just say, "Yeah, baby, love you, baby." That's
But I'm
it.
gonna tell you what, that man ain't gonna want that Asian woman around that black woman, because they feel like that black woman gonna rub
Oh,
off on
and
that
you're right
Asian
about
woman.
that. It's
Because when
no,
she
no.
start acting a
You ain't
certain way,
gonna
like, oh no, you can't hang with her.
you're not gonna put that in my woman. Keep her away. Keep her over there. And you're right.
No,
I
I'm
heard
not
you say
saying
that.
it's okay to be so aggressive, because my thing is that, like I said, when you get older, you get tired.
Yeah.
And there come a place to where you be like, I want peace. All that confrontation stuff is not
Yeah.
good. I'm worn out from that. I'm not young no more. But my thing is, even in the mid ages, it needs to be learned on how to communicate and read. Because my thing is, if you don't understand where a person is coming from, because sometimes when you say she's aggressive, she's probably hurting.
Yeah.
If she's angry, and she's fussing, it's a message in that. There's not always something that is so negative. Something is coming from a painful place. And maybe she feel like she can't talk to you because you always shut her up. How you gonna know anything? So that converts into what you say is aggressiveness, because you don't listen to me. That's the
Yeah.
same way with men when they say y'all don't listen. So y'all
Yeah.
get quiet. When y'all don't listen to us, it's like when you shake a Coke bottle up. It just soon as that glass bottle,
Soon you
soon
open it
enough,
up, it blows
it's
up.
going to explode. And then
Yeah.
after she got to that point, because you did not communicate or try to listen to her and understand where she was coming from, oh, now she crazy.
Yeah. I agree. Now, Spice, is King D, are you on here? Is King D still on here? I was gonna ask him how he feel about that. I think he's over there. He's I know he's at work. So, but I agree. I mean, sometimes the cause of it can be some of the men that they don't listen to their woman, and they get so frustrated for all the years of being with them, they just blow up.
Yeah.
So
And
just
my
also,
thing about it is, beating on a person after they've been through so many
oh
beatings,
yeah,
and then you
I,
get into another relationship and they seen that because you got to understand there's a thing called barriers and
yeah,
defense mechanisms. So when certain triggers go off, and you don't understand why is she going at me like this? Why is she going off?
right,
Because you didn't trigger something within her that's bringing her back to that same familiar place where that person had dog turned back then. And
yeah,
that goes the same for men because we got to, that's one thing about, and I'm gonna say specifically, black men and women, we need to start understanding each other. If we got to sit down and say, okay, you take for 5 minutes, don't say nothing. Listen where he's coming from. Listen
hmm
what he said. Okay, now you didn't spoke. Listen what she said. Do you understand what she's saying? Do you hear what she's saying?
yeah,
Because see,
and
some
I
people
agree.
don't want to
Like
hear it when it's on them.
it's
When
that part. They
when
don't
it's
want to hear
on
you.
them, they're like, no,
Yeah.
no, I don't agree with that. No.
Yeah, that's the part right there that irks me right
And
there.
that's
They
where the
can make it.
confrontation come in.
Yeah, because that'll make me just look at you funny. But you want to sit there and talk about mine, but when it comes to you, you don't want to hear about it. You don't want to talk about it. I'm like, okay, I see what I'm dealing with. You just like, okay, let me go on and just roll up out of here
Mhm.
because
Yeah,
you
because
know.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I got to the point to where I'm not going to argue with you all day. I'm not going to go back and forth. But if I know if I've talked to you and told you the same thing over and over, that's just like saying, if I don't like a certain thing, if I don't like you doing a certain thing, and I keep repeating myself, but you keep confrontating or you make excuses or you just make it seem like either we both the problem or you're not the problem.
Right.
My thing is, I'm going to get to the place to where when it comes down to it, I'm just going to let you talk and I'm just going to sit back like this. It
Yeah.
don't mean that I'm taking in what you're saying or you're right. It
Yeah.
means that I'm not gonna waste my energy no more because there's no point.
And that's me too. Y'all let you talk until you feel like you winning. I say, yeah, well, whatever. I'm just tuning y'all and just thinking of a show until you get to run your mouth so I can get on going about my business because it ain't going nowhere. Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree with that.
I agree with you too, Spicy, because just from personal experiences, I have lost good women because of that simple fact, making the same mistake over and over and over again. And it's almost like beating a dead dog. And at some point in time, the woman does, you know what? You ain't gonna get it. So ain't no point
Yeah,
me wasting my time no more.
Yeah, because see,
Yeah,
that's
that's all.
even in
That just
friendship that
throw
you
their
do that.
hands up.
Mhm.
yeah,
Even people that you
So
think are, associates. I'm not gonna say friendship because you gotta take that friendship. Even with certain associates that you think that you like, have a close bond, like you almost like family. When they done certain things, a lot of things we let go. Some things we throw in the road, we should let go. We should verbalize like, look, I don't like this. Because when you let them continue to go on and on with a certain thing that you don't like, then one day they're gonna sit there and they just feel like they can just say what they want to you. And then you like, you know what? It doesn't make no point talking to you. Why am I talking? Go
yeah,
ahead. You right. You right about everything. It's me. And that's the way I am. When you always looking like I'm the bad person, and
right,
Dwight knows this and Denise knows this. If you always feel like I'm a negative out your mouth and that I'm such a bad person, I remove myself.
yeah,
Why am I there?
yeah,
But
yeah.
at the same time,
I
if
agree
I
with you.
can listen to you, listen to me.
I definitely agree.
But
I
you know
respect your
what? It's
feelings.
a
I just need mine respected.
it's a lot of people out there who mean well and
Hmm.
might even care about you, but they don't know how to communicate. And then
Exactly.
there's another group of people who feel like they know how to communicate, but they listen to respond. They don't listen to hear and understand. And
Hmm.
then you got a group of people who don't understand. They have comprehension issues. It
Yes,
might
that
be
part.
ADHD or whatever, but you got a
Hmm.
whole just a samaj of people out there with so many different communication issues. You don't even know what you got.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Well,
true.
I didn't know this was gonna turn into a therapy session. I just learned something about myself.
Damn.
Yeah, and see, this is why a lot of relationships end up in turmoil because we don't, one, you have some that don't respect the other's emotions. They just want, they're about self-centered.
That's true.
It's all about their feelings.
That's
Then
true.
you have those that just don't want to hear what you got to say because it's on them, like we just said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And my thing is, if you can't communicate, and because I mean, a lot of people say, "Well, I know how to communicate. I know how to. I'm listening." Oh, you can do this.
Shit.
And a lot of times, if I'm sitting up and I gotta keep repeating myself, and you keep doing the same thing, or that I feel like I can't get a word in, or no matter what I say is a lie. What's the
Yeah.
point of me even saying anything anymore?
Yeah.
Okay,
Just be quiet.
Because
I'm just gonna say, okay,
at that point,
you got that.
yeah, at that point it turns into insanity. You're doing the same thing and expecting a different result.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. You right about that, Diz, and Spice. I agree 200% on that because it just tires and it just makes you tired. You to the point where you just say like I'll just say, yeah, you're right, it's all me, blah blah blah, and but the thing that kills me, they're trying to get mad about that too. When you, it's like you trying to give in to them, and
You
they
kept
say okay, they
using,
still get mad about it. I'm like, what? I
yeah,
just let
because I'm
Because
the type of
see,
person like,
at that point, they feel that you just agreeing with them to shut them up.
exactly. Yeah, well,
which is
yeah,
really what it is,
that's
majority of
what
the
it really
time.
is.
Just
It's
be
true. Yeah.
honest, like, okay.
I'm gonna be honest, yeah, because you just got to that point. You just done, like to the point you said, well, it's no fixing this. And I'll tell anybody, if it ain't no fixing it, and you have tried everything, and you try to communicate, and nothing that you do is working, then just let it go and go your separate ways, because there ain't no
Yeah.
fixing.
Because I've been in those shoes to where I was like, okay, when you see certain things, you like, oh, I feel that you doing this and you doing that. And I'm like, no, that's not my intention. That's not what I'm doing. But I got this going on. But
Hmm.
then they still stuck on, no, you know, you've been doing it for a while. Like, okay, you know what? You got that. I let
Yeah,
it, because
yeah,
I know who I am and I know how I stand because, no matter what, I've always supported small businesses, always supported anybody when it come down to things they like to do in life. You know what I'm saying?
hmm,
But I think where the disrespect came in with some people with me was the fact that they didn't respect that I have a life too, because they're so used to everything being about them. That's just like somebody say, every time I turn around, you always call about your problems. Well, when I say something, you don't want to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
right, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
if you do hear a piece or a line or two or a paragraph, it still end up converting to be about you.
yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, been there, done that.
Been
Oh
accused
yeah,
of that.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
can't stand talking to somebody and all you hear is me. I'm
yeah,
not
that part.
talking to you.
Yeah, yeah.
At that point, I'm putting on all the Queen's men, and I'm looking at the TV and the phone's right there, like, okay, go ahead. Because at this point, it's like you might as well just talk to yourself because you don't want to hear nothing I gotta say.
You
You know
sure?
what? It's not hard to say. Well, how is your day? How you doing? How you feeling? Or if
Mm.
I go through, because I mean, everybody here goes through things in life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
It's okay to have that one person to vent to, but do you ever allow them to vent to you and you listen to them for a change?
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I agree, Spicy. We gotta fix it, or try to, or something.
Yeah, and that's why I say I understand when the man kept on saying, "Well, ladies don't listen. They don't listen." A lot of us don't listen because we so used to the men to where the history of like they don't supposed to cry. They ain't feeling nothing, or they just strong.
That part.
And that's where
Ain't
the
supposed to cry.
misconception come in because
Yeah.
they do have emotions. They do
Yeah.
have a mind of their own. Only because they don't be a creature of emotional status like we are, doesn't mean that they don't feel.
Yeah.
Everybody handle things differently.
Yeah. That part. And like I said, sometimes women they that part you just said, men are not supposed to cry. So who made that rule that we not supposed to cry? We hurt just like everybody else hurt. We feel pain like everybody else feel pain.
If
Come
I
on.
say anything, that's my weakness. I can't take it.
Oh, Mr.
That's
Mr.
it. I
Britton, if
can't
you
take a
watching
man to
this show,
cry. Mm-mm.
Mr. Britton, if you watching, all you gotta do is cry. Better start crying, Mr. Britton. That's our weakness. Start crying right now.
Don't you do it because Mr. B will be spicy. Spicy, it was
Not the ugly face cry.
he will put on the role of his life.
Yeah, boy, Mr. Britton, you here? Wherever you at, Mr. Britton. But I want to say this has been a good show. Now, Spice, before we start getting ready to bust out of here, now I want you to give us a little bit more details about this game that we supposed to play for tomorrow.
Well, the game. Let's see where did I put it. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, give us a little something so we can get our
Y'all want a
minds.
little something? Because you know
Okay.
we don't mind people joining in. That's gonna be in the comments as well. So
Yeah, even though they, yeah,
what it
they
is
don't use.
that this is the new game. What it is that it's called Famous was an African American in History, and it actually was created by a black family, and it's,
Okay.
they transformed into a black company. I think there's what was our guest on the one that was into the nutrition.
Sonny.
Sunny, yes, Sunny. Actually, I found out through this on by Sunny, and I read up on it on YouTube, and I got to see the people that actually created this here. So it's
Okay.
very interesting. So
Can
that's
we
what
have
we're
an
playing
example?
tomorrow. It's called Famous African American in History. So let's see who knows their
King
history.
King D said, give him a sample.
Give us an example. Read one.
It's not game day.
I know. I'll buy you some Newports.
Well, let's
Try to
see.
bribe you with the
Well, I got
ports.
one left, so let's go ahead. No, let's get.
Oh
Okay,
no.
I'll give y'all a sample.
Oh, King D, you got
Now,
your
just
Newports.
keep in mind some of these that's in African American history is not actually people like Martin Luther King, or some of them are Martin Luther King
Mm-hmm.
and Malcolm X, but some of them are just black people that that's been a legend or an icon. So on this one here, it says she's an actor, comedian, author, and television personality. She is
Oprah
one of
Winfrey.
she is one of 16 entertainers to have won an Emmy, a Grammy, an Academy Award, and a Tony Award.
Well, she say Oprah.
Viola Davis.
Mm-mm.
Viola Davis haven't won the.
Angela Bassett.
Uh-uh.
Oh damn.
What was the first? What was the first sentence of the question?
Yeah, I can already see how this game is going to
All
go.
right. Oh snap.
She's an actor, comedian, author, and television personality.
Queen
She is
Latifah.
one. She's
I was gonna
one
say
of 16 entertainers to have won an Emmy,
Oh,
a
oh,
Grammy,
oh.
and an Academy Award, and a Tony
King D said
Award.
he know who is the King D.
Whoopi Goldberg.
That's the answer.
Damn, King D.
Uh-oh, y'all might have some hope.
Out.
What do you mean,
We gonna
y'all? Where
win
you at
tomorrow.
here?
You ain't lying, dog. You ain't lying.
So
That's
that's
good.
what
I like that.
how some of them go. So we'll
I
see
like
how it
that.
go tomorrow. And the
Okay.
ones in the comments that they are, we do
Oh,
allow
you
them to
should have
come
put me in the
in.
comments.
I do
Huh?
Yeah,
accept answers
fellas.
in
I did
my
not cheat. I
inbox.
did think
K
about that
Marie,
on
there she
purpose.
go again. K Marie.
See, that's what I was about to tell y'all. Hey, fellas, look,
The
pay
only
attention
thing
to
I
the
left
comments.
out,
K. Marie is a guru when it comes to this. She's a
But
guru.
okay.
yeah, and the only thing I left out
Just
is
for
that
the
she was
record,
born. She
I
was
did not
born
see her
in
comment.
1955.
Okay.
What was the next one?
No, it's same person. The only thing I
Oh,
left out is that she was born in 1955.
Okay. Well, this gonna be fun then. I like that. Oh
Yes.
yeah, I
And
like
so
that.
just to let y'all know, our next family day is gonna be hosted by.
You damn right about me. Oh
So
yeah,
I'll be with the
me and Shot
cast.
are gonna host the hell out that game. It's gonna be easy too for y'all. It's gonna be an easy game. Yeah, it's gonna be easy for everybody. Everybody have a chance to win this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so our Des won't be here tomorrow. We'll see if we get Mr. Britton in. I'm pretty sure our
Yeah,
Tanisha will be
he'll be in.
here and Nura and King D. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, it's gonna go. It's gonna go pretty good. I think so. So I just want to say, everybody got to, everybody on the panel can say whatever words they want to say before we buzz out. We'll start with Noah. You got anything you want to say out there to the audience about the topic, or just anything you want to say on top of your head?
On the top of my head,
Yeah.
um, I suppose I'll be single for the rest of my life.
Get out of here, girl. Get out of here. I told you we're about to do that game show. We gonna do a dating game show here, so we'll see what's up with that.
Yes, I forgot to upload that flyer.
Yeah.
No, not the dating one. We supposed to be having a talent show. I think that was the idea of
Yeah. We
Nura.
did say we're gonna have a
It
talent
was
show.
it
Yeah.
was talent show.
Yeah.
A video talent show.
Yeah. Video talent show.
Just like we do the video poetry contest, the video talent show. So if you could
Yeah.
sing, you could rap, if you could dance,
Oh yeah. Do all
and
what
get
you want to do.
on, we get on.
Yeah. King D, you got any final words you want to say? Or anything on your mind?
no, it was just a good show. I had fun.
All right,
Oh,
King D.
oh, so enthusiastic.
You said what?
Yeah. Okay, Des, you
What's in
got
that
anything you
cup?
want to say?
I'd say, as far as these stereotypes go, we need to
Yeah.
go ahead and, realize that we need these stereotypes. They're called that for a reason.
All
These are
right.
stigmas that have been put in place to kind of keep our minds in check and our minds in a certain lane. We have to
Mm.
think outside of the box. We can't go off of these things. We have to deal with people on an individual basis, because
Yep.
just because one person may do this, that does not mean that everybody does this.
For real.
You can't look at this book and say, oh, this book is going to read just what this book reads. No, deal with each other on an individual basis. Don't get away from the stereotypes. Quit grouping people together and let people be individuals and accept individuals for who they are, just that, individuals.
Woo!
Amen.
Amen, my brother. Did Keisha leave already?
No, it's
You
that
got
me
anything?
out. What are we giving a word of nutrition before we
Well, yeah.
leave?
What's your final thought? What's on your mind?
I love the topic. I love the interaction. Just to hear everybody's different opinions, and thoughts. I think we just have to love each other where we are. Like you can't love me any more than I already am. So love me where I am, and then from there we can move forward. So love yourself and be kind to one another. That's pretty much what I want to tell everybody.
All right, I agree. Spicy, you got any last words you want to say?
All I'm going to say is that, I'm the type of person that I despise stereotyping person. My thing is each gender is different, each character is different. We are our own individual, just like when we we get judged accountability and accountable, not as a multiple. So my thing is get to know a person for who they are, and to realize maybe sometimes you need to change your choices and your direction, because it's not every woman or every man, it's who you choose.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right,
Mm.
and I agree. And I just want to say that I enjoyed this show. I enjoy everybody's comments, and I just want to say this, ladies and gentlemen, especially for the women. Women, it don't care how. It doesn't matter how short the man is, how
Whatever.
big he is. If the man's a good man, you love it. See, us men, we don't care. We don't care if you're fat, ugly. We take you how you are. That's
That's a
right.
lie.
Forget what she said.
Like a bug.
Man, we'll love you for who you are. We don't care how
We'll
ugly
talk
you
about
Amen.
that
we
on
don't
another
Amen.
topic.
we don't care how tall you
Amen.
are. See, man, we love all women. We love women no matter what they look like. See,
Tell the
so women,
truth and shame the devil.
I want y'all women out there to know they got some good short men out there. Some good old men, black men. Y'all just quit stereotyping everybody and just get a man that's gonna treat you right. That's all I got to say about it.
Amen.
Woo! So that's my final thought.